Hi traders. It is funny because sometimes nowadays I am feeling like I am getting a bit old in this business. Like, I remember when on the Canary Islands, I don't even know how many years ago, I was making these videos about how you should use a stop loss, all these kind of things, and nowadays I am making more videos about the technical stuff, about coding, about all these other aspects. And you know, I was talking to many traders, and as you know, the markets are pretty crazy nowadays, especially from January. Like the gold almost all the big gold signals on MK5, for example, are down, you know, crashing. I am working on my gold EA so much now that but now I also wanted to announce that I am publishing a new set, a new version for the ATG Gold EA today, and it is already doing much better than the previous versions, because now I had enough data for, like, you know, from January to adopt the EA to these kind of markets that we are living. And you know what I wanted to talk about is that I thought that trading and overall traders evolved a lot, like that information is so readily available that traders know the reality of trading, what they could expect. And I realized, I had to realize, it is not the case at all, like no way. And it was so surprising for me, because now, you know, in the last months I am making these videos about coding, realistic returns, about statistics, data analysis, and many traders know many things about this topic. But so many traders are still at the place where they want to chase these results that are only can be achieved based on like claims of scammers. And it is just something that I realized I still have to talk about it. And with this AI boom, I also realized it is exactly the same as the whole like crazy averaging grid martingale triangle was a couple of years ago, without stop loss and all these things. And I was analyzing statistics with the so-called AI-based EAs, and I realized that the edge is the same as with those kind of strategies in like a few years back, when I was making these videos about how to not use those strategies. And of course there are good and advanced versions of AI robots, but they are very rare. They are not working in the way that you think they work. And I am going to make actually multiple videos when I you know, am analyzing all these results, these claims, these AI-based EAs, because now they are booming. It is just funny. I have a feeling like I am seeing these cycles over and over again, when there are these big holy grail, like holy grail systems that everybody is getting, and everybody is jumping on the train, and everybody is losing everything. The same cycles. While if you are trading with like a low to medium return long-term EA, you are making, you know, a realistic percent, sometimes break-even, sometimes a couple losing months, but overall you are in a much better shape, because you are not blowing your account. And that is the way to go, to risk the amount that can't blow your account, you know, with the EAs that are actually safe and single entry. Now, what I wanted to tell you is that I am hearing again and again, in like just in cycles, you know, from traders that, yeah, what I want to make is around 20% per month, is enough for me. And they are saying if it was like an insanely like modest need. I have to tell you, based on real research, studies, hedge fund data, retail trader data, 99% of traders over a longer time period are losing money in the markets. Of course, in a couple months period, it is only like 70% of traders. But In the long term, it is much more, almost everybody. If you are making, for example, 15 to 20% gain per year, you are at the top of the profitable traders. If you are making 25% a year, it is the top of algorithmic trading. It is insanely good. It is stable. The only way, and it is based on studies, statistics, and research, not just my brainchild, you know. If you are making even like 10% a year, you are much better off than 99.5% of the traders. You are better off. And it is just how it is. If you want to make 100, 200, 300% a year, so around 10 to, I don't know, 30% gain a month, then based on studies, it is called extreme gambling. It is nothing else, because overall long term you can't maintain it. You are going to run into a losing series, which happens, or you know, it inevitably happens. You are going to run into it, and you are going to not be able to keep it up, especially if you are not a coder, you are not a data analyst. And even if you are, that is so insane that even Warren Buffett, all the big hedge fund managers are not making that much. So you as a retail trader should aim for the edges. Like, you should aim for an edge. If you have the money that you could lose, you know, as they said in the old days, that you could bury in your garden and, you know, just leave it, then with that money you can risk more. You can actually risk an amount that, based on studies, is kind of gambling. But if you can lose it, you can actually maybe have a potential to be able to make some money from it, but only if it is a money that you don't need. Because if you need it, you are going to be so emotionally, psychologically attached to that amount that you are going to lose all your account, and it is like 100% of the time, unfortunately. So what I recommend, and what I am going to set up in the next weeks, is realistic live accounts of my EAs and combinations that are actually working as they, you know, intended to work, as long-term and stable, profitable algorithms. Because let's face it, if you only want to make money for a couple of months or for 1 or 2 years, how does it help you? Exactly, because after that you are going to lose that entire amount. Then what is your net sum? It is zero. Not just zero, it is minus, because you blew the account, for example. So why would you do that? You know, it doesn't really make sense. But if you are making 10-20% a year, you made, like, with compounding interest, you made a considerable amount of money. You develop discipline. You can actually trust your system that if you put money into with a bigger account, because you work, you accumulate some more wealth, then you can put that money into your account and trust your strategy, which is so much better overall. And while if you are gambling, you are using big lot sizes, big risk, then you are losing your accounts per a couple of months or years, and it is always a net zero game or minus. So now, if you, I think you already know that I am updating all my EAs, and I am going to publish recommendations for all my EAs, like realistic recommendations for risk calculations and all of these things. And I am going to set up accounts that are kind of stress testing the EAs or live account, because that is important for a developer as well. But I'm going to set up these highly realistic, maybe prop firm accounts with my EAs that you can actually follow over the years, that are risking around 0.3 to 1% per trade, depending on the strategy, the style. So this is the video that I wanted to make, because I feel it's time for it again, and I hope that you enjoyed it. if you don't enjoy, you know, if you didn't enjoy it, maybe the issue is that you don't want to accept the truth. But if you are interested in more like mathematics based video about this topic, where I am showing the research, studies, statistics, and the compounding interest part that I was telling you about, if you are accumulating more and more wealth into your small account and trusting your system, just let me know in the comments, and keep it up, because the gold markets are very hard to trade. I am seeing crazy stuff every day. I was working on my gold traders so hard these times. I am publishing the ATG update today. You can check out the live signal on MKL5 and later today on my FX book as well. The Apex update went out. I am still developing the next version. Started it because with the new structure it is going to be awesome and there is so much potential in it. I also published the manual, the very detailed like explanation guide with recommendations and frequently asked questions and everything for the Apex as well. So yeah, I am in big works and it feels good, even if the markets are completely crazy, and it is probably not the best time for trading. We have to go and do like, as developers, as traders, we have to like go and develop our system and adopt them to every market that is coming, because otherwise we are just you know, just falling out of the game and we are not going to be able to stay in the game. So yeah, ciao.